It's day 47 of the government shutdown. Well, at least to TSA officers it is, because they still haven't been paid. And that $10,000 bonus check that was promised doesn't seem like it's going to make it to the hands of the mass majority of TSA officers. Grab your cup, because I got tea. Before I go into the $10,000 bonus check conspiracy, let's talk about the government shutdown aspect to this. Many of you know that the government shutdown ended a few days ago. However, these TSA officers still haven't received their paychecks. I wanted to point that out because many travelers are going to these airports thinking that TSA has A, been paid their previous funds, and B, all of them have received this $10,000 bonus check, which is false. As of right now, the agency said that they were trying to get their money out to these officers by November 19th. November 19th is this week, so hopefully they get paid this week. Now, this $10,000 stuff really threw me for a loop because there has been so much dialogue around this freaking bonus check internally, and I'm gonna let you know what's going on. Now, if you don't know, last week, Secretary Noem had a press conference at Bush Airport saying that they were going to be giving TSA officers $10,000 checks. These TSA officers who will receive these checks are people who went over and beyond during the government shutdown. On camera at this airport, she handed out several envelopes with what we presumed as checks inside of the envelope to several officers there. I'm receiving intel saying that, and this is all alleged, that there were no checks in the envelopes. And you know, as a former TSA officer myself and someone who has also received bonuses from this agency, I found that weird when I saw them handing out paper checks, well, what we thought were paper checks, because when you receive bonuses from TSA, it's not in a check form, it's a direct deposit. Internally, it's also being jokes passed around that the officers that were at this press conference are fake. Now, I believe that the officers were real, but I think that this just unravels a issue within TSA that needs to be handled. And that issue is going to press before you actually speak to your workforce and tell them what's going on and what they can expect. Internally, TSA right now is in shambles because everybody is trying to figure out who gets these checks, if they're real, when am I going to get it, all this stuff. As of this video, these TSA officers still haven't received any guidance of the criteria that they have to follow to even receive these checks. So right now, the TSA officers, they see this as a publicity stunt to make travelers think that they are okay when they are not. They're also viewing this as a tactic to keep them from calling out during the next government shutdown, which can happen possibly by the end of January. In my opinion, this shouldn't have been shared with the media at all. It has totally killed morale and it has done more harm than good. I will be keeping up with this story because for whatever reason, the media doesn't really validate if anyone received this, and I'm going to validate if these officers are receiving this or not, because this money is coming from funds carried over from the fiscal year of 2025. They say it's about $13.2 billion was saved, and they're going to use some of this money for this. And then Secretary Noem also said that tens of thousands of TSA officers are going to receive this money. As of right now, that number has not been hit or touched. And we're going to see, because this is the taxpayers' money, and we want to make sure it's going to these TSA officers.